Rummage.
Onward we go, lords. Forward, let's march. And he begins his most noble march he can. Blueberries around his snout.
Just splattered a bit everywhere.
Kind of looks good on him.
Yeah. I know we have this unified trail here, so we're just following footprints, right?
Yeah.
That's where we're at so far. Yep.
Pretty much. So,
what I'm looking for as we travel, JS, is if the footprints start to look fresher than they currently do. I understand that they will very gradually, probably unnoticeably look fresher the farther we go. But if it looks like we're getting to a point where it's kind of close, I would probably want to stop.
Perfect.
To try to get maybe some high ground and get a view of the camp.
So
I don't know how close we are. Just wanted to let you know that's what I'd be doing.
for that kind of interaction, since it's not like your specialty, I'll still allow you to roll for it. It's just going to be a higher DC on my scale.
Could I ask someone else to do it?
Of course, if you
Yes.
you can know this information without having the experience to be able to discern it, right?
Right. Who was it that originally read the footprints in the last session? Was that
I think everybody
Mish?
kind of tried and gave in their own angle and or input. Because there were a lot. Obviously, there were also tracks of wheels being pulled. I think Mishmash was.
I'll give it a shot. What do you want me to roll?
It's gonna be a survival or a perception.
Okay.
You could also do investigation, I guess.
Do you allow self-guidance spells?
Why wouldn't you not be able to guide yourself?
I don't know. I'll do it. Okay. Cool.
I mean,
I'm just
all
gonna.
you have to do is touch yourself, so you're good.
That's right. I don't even need it. I'll add it just because. Ooh, baby, 26. Yeah.
All right. So
I'm just trying to make sure we don't stumble into the camp right before we're ready or realize that we're there. Essentially, is all I'm trying to do.
So as
Right.
before,
And Brummage is oblivious, too.
just concentrating on doing his most noble march.
Oh, he's looking good, too.
Please get a performance check to see how good the
The
mark
guy
is.
looks great. The guy just looks great.
Sure, you could definitely do a performance, and then I'll
Like,
get
to
the
think
inputs from
Mish also marches along in the same capacity.
as
He
you're
likes Brum.
traveling in your spider form and you're following him. Eventually, you shape back into your normal self as you keep going.
After approximately 1 hour.
Yeah, so eventually
You
Mish
don't
is-
realize you're just walking like this,
Right.
but as Mish. Yeah.
I think I turn around to try to like shoot a web, and I just kind of like fart a little bit and scare myself, and I'm like, oh, okay, fine, never
And
mind.
Brahmin, you also hear that, and you see instead of a spider, Mishmash. Yeah, and anything from les personnages from Felix or Rev.
I guess Felix will look at Mish and go, "Oh, well, it seems like you're back to your natural form."
I don't even know what I'm doing, really. It's real fun now, being other animals. It's really cool to be a spider.
I can tell. You'll get there with time.
Will you help me keep an eye out for new animals? Because I think once I can see them, then I can like be them. And I'd really like to be a wolf.
I'm gonna try and perceive or
Suddenly,
investigate, search.
Ooh, suddenly.
Give me the skill, but I want to look for an animal.
you can roll a survival.
Yeah. okay.
Rev would like to be incredibly close to Felix while this happens.
Okay, sure. As you might be talking
Watch
about.
it happen. Watch it happen.
13. as you're talking, your mind naturally focuses on something that could be an animal. You're scanning the horizon. As you're talking, just as the end of your sentence, you see a movement out of the ground at the bottom corner left of your eye, maybe 25 feet away, as you see coming out of a hole a prairie dog.
Brian, I'll like turn Mish's, like grab his shoulders and kind of like turn him around. Just go like that, like over one of his shoulders. Go like, I don't know what that is, but.
Just with the spyglass.
But I'm gonna find out. Yeah, immediate spyglass. Like I can see it way closer now.
Do you also eat that for medicine?
Just next to your ear, Felix hears.
Yeah.
Well, sir, Mishmash, I would say that perhaps that skill of digging would be one that could be most useful.
Nice. And then he puts his spyglass like back in, and then just like charges like those nature videos of the foxes that dive up and then directly like face into the snow, but like as a child, just kind of like chaotically sprints towards this prairie dog.
Okay.
With the intent of trying to catch it with his bare hands.
I'll get right back to that as Felix got a little whisper next to him
About we don't try to, but I imagine it's as it being mammalian, it's likely not harmful.
You said you don't try to. Does that mean you accidentally eat it for medicine?
Sometime I'm sure somebody at the Many-Starred Cloak has some kind of
inclination.
Where all the answers are at the mini store.
Right?
And it's like, so you do the magic stuff, right?
I do the hemomancy. Yes.
Okay, so watch this. As Rev like slowly, gently like takes the hand by your ear, I would like to try and use a sleight of hand to then show a gold coin to be like, I could do magic too.
Roll a performance.
I want to. I also want to really be. I want insight on this. Can I do insight?
100%. As we'll have also Mishmash roll for either animal handling or
survival.
Yeah, like
I think I was there with Mish when when Mish pulled out the spyglass. I think I'll walk up and what are you looking out there, mate? And just cast guidance on Mish. As I can tell, he's looking for something.
Perfect.
No, it doesn't matter.
So let's start with Felix insight, which is ironically you roll the same number twice, but you managed to pull off the trick as you've always pulled it off. But your crowd doesn't seem as impressed, even though you know you've done a perfect coin appearance trick.
Oh, magic?
I think it'd be funny if just Felix knows this as a cheap magic trick and just sees it and he's like, oh, great.
I've seen that one in plenty of tavern.
So, like, to double down on the idea of hemomancy, there's a moment where Rev's like, okay, and I'm gonna take my dagger and try to like pretend to cut through my hand and try to do a sleight of hand to pull out the other gold coin to be like, I'm doubling coins with blood.
I will allow it as at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah, the dice love that. Is it still performance or is it sleight of hand yet?
Either or.
Disadvantage. I'm not scared of that.
Give me a fantasy name for David Blaine.
Oh.
He has to exist in this universe.
I'm so mad at the natural 20 I
It's
could have
just
had.
David Blaine. I don't know what you mean. Sir David Blaine.
Sir David Blaine.
Sorry, Rav, that's a tough roll there, buddy.
Oh, dude.
DM did you dirty.
Holy
Double the
sheesh,
both ends. I mean, Felix could still, not succeed this, so.
Oh, do you want me to insight?
One more
What
time,
you mean?
please.
I'm digging deep into my bag for this trick.
What's
Come
that?
on. Come on.
He's like, "Is this how you do it?" And then he does it himself.
You discover.
You just learned from him.
Other
Oh, I didn't know
blood types.
that one. Is this
You're
how
like-
you do it?
He just minor illusions a giant coin next to him like this.
Sorry, what does Felix do? Sorry, we're all still at.
Response?
Yes.
I mean, I guess I just see through the trick.
Fair enough.
So you can tell that I have gold coins hidden in my dagger pommel that I use to make it pop out.
Yeah. Or you're just like carrying the coin under your finger.
Under my finger, I'm like, oh, it disappeared as I'm showing you the back of my hand instead.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you crit also on your sleight of hand, so like you did it perfectly. It's just
Well, it was a disadvantage, so it technically
it was a
wasn't.
disadvantage. I see. Okay, gotcha.
Otherwise, it would have been delightful.
That would have been great.
At the same time, you hear Mishmash running away, but you also knew that they were running away.
Yeah.
They were running after a prairie dog, which as soon as you start running, it just dives back in. So you do the whole process of jumping and then trying to go in. And do you do anything, or you stay as yourself and you try to? What happens?
Yeah, I think as I go up, I'm gonna try to turn into a fox to jump after it. So just like I feel like I would have seen a fox before.
What if you accidentally turned into a horse again?
I think that makes sense though. Like you kind of see Felix you see Mish start to become a fox in the air, but then like it's kind of like one of those Disney movie things where it's like, nope, this animal is stretching into something else, and it's just the horse that tries to dive directly in, and like kind of falls on itself. I'll take some damage
You actually
if I
become
need to.
the horse.
I become the draft horse again. I just
Okay.
go into the horse mode and attempt to dive into a prairie dog hole.
So,
Seems fair.
in which case, you're out of for the day, out of transformation. I think.
Yeah, that seems fair for a nat 1. But I would like to stay in the horse
Of
because I
course.
think he's a little embarrassed, and so you just see the horse blush a little bit on its cheeks. But he's like,
There's your draft horse.
Oh my god, it's huge.
"Oh my god, I'm huge."
Let's see. Presents character. Would that work if I do this?
Oh, I have control of her now. Heck
Do
yeah.
you?
Mhm.
Yay! It worked.
Yay! Yeah. I can't make her smaller though, but that's okay.
You're a horse.
Well,
so you can't be.
I'm a
smaller.
horse.
Felix will look back up at Mish and just be like, wow. That's it.
So with the 22 on survival, getting back to the survival check.
That's a 26 actually.
Exactly. You do. After a while, before this happens, you've been looking at the tracks. You're not an expert, but you've been trying to figure it out. You've been looking at it long enough that you're starting to see some patterns. You're starting to like see a regularity of the type of movement that happened, and you notice that there are some footsteps that seem to be going away from all of the rest. Like they're splitting off. It's hard to tell how many people, but there's definitely a small bunch that seem to trail off. You can't quite like find and follow all of the traces, but you do notice that you were talking about fresher patterns. You do notice that there's some of those, although not so fresh. They do seem to just divert from the main party.
I think as we come up to where they split, Audric kind of stops the group. Well, looks like we have some tracks here that head off. The smaller, probably more handleable. A group we could probably handle better. So, what you think, Brummage? Should we peel off and follow these smaller group? Maybe catch up to them and see if we can get some information out of them? Or we keep on after the larger group, the larger army? The problem is, if they're splitting off like this, it might be scouts. We may be being watched. I don't know.
The extra piece of information, the way that the area in which you are is projected in front of you, there's still every once in a while there's a valley that opens up, or like that kind of goes on the right or the left, because you are in the middle. You're like in the trenches of canyons in the Greenlands. So you do notice that there seems to be two that are going out, but they seem to be going out at a specific. Although you can't follow the tracks all the way back, you're looking at the topography and you notice that if there were going to be an ambush, or if there were people that were going to hide, and if you were in their shoes, you'd probably go do it there. Like, that's like the perfect spot for it. So as you look out maybe 100 feet away, you notice that this area would be perfect for an ambush.
Well, sir, as we look at the tracks here and they peel off and potential for an ambush, we must remember our goals here. If I remember correctly, we are here to clandestifuge, to be sneaky. And we do have some questions to answer here. And chasing one of these side missions, would that answer our question?
He looks back at Pill, who's probably picking his nose and eating it or something stupid.
Pill is focused on a beetle that he found on the ground, and he's trying to poke it with a stick.
So, I wonder if perhaps it makes more sense to head to the heart of the army, gather as much information as we can, and then retreat. But if you think it's important that we chase these side strands, at least to look, I'm happy to do that as well.
Well, it's not quite about importance, Brummage. It's about avoiding an ambush, and if we just continue on the path here, like we didn't notice this, we may be setting ourselves up for one. So, if we're gonna have to deal with them one way or another, maybe we deal with them on our own terms, yeah?
Perhaps you are correct. But think you, Rez. Rev, sorry.
You're good.
Which currently is like practicing other coin tricks in a half-hearted observation. Oh, whatever's smartest. Perhaps the ambush, right? I heard ambush. Clandestifuge can wait.
Well, yes. Clandestifuge can't take place if we're dead, yeah? So I'm trying to avoid an ambush, is kind of what If you think, Brummage, we can sneak by without triggering an ambush, then
if you run really fast, they can't get you.
So right he is. But Felix?
I say we see what all of this hubbub is about. The smaller path. See if we can get any more answers before we head into anything too big.
If you need answers, I can answer your questions.
And what do you know about this cult?
Oh, they're dumb. like they're a cult. Oh, it's you have to be pretty dumb to be in a cult.
He has a point.
Yeah. Do they? I mean, they seem to be interested in capturing surrounding villages. Why do they want to expand?
Well, they're a cult. Cults like influence.
So influence. But they wouldn't offer.
It has something to do with the dragons,
help?
Felix.
I know, but
Oh, dragons.
I don't-
Ah,
I
fucking
don't see why
granddad.
you would burn the village if you were looking to grow your influence.
A fear. Fear makes everything more powerful, right? Yes.
So they're hungry for fear.
We have one. Our great leader happens to have a great deal of knowledge about the machinations and desires of dragons. So,
Oh, thank you. No, you don't have to call me the great leader, but I appreciate that.
Brummage.
Oh, I see.
Well,
Why would a dragon cult be burning villages down?
because they would think it would bring them more power. It would bring the favor of the dragon that they worship. They bring chaos. They do not bring anything more than that. And through the chaos, their power grows. I agree with Resford in a strange sort of way.
I think there's more to it.
I think there is too, and we need to continue to find out. But if you want us to make sure we don't get ambushed, perhaps this side route.
The blue dragon at Greenest. Why was he there? Why did he take off? By all means, we're a great adventuring party and all. Look at us, Brummage and the rescuers, but a full-fledged blue dragon could have had its way with us, but it didn't. It took off.
Do I know anything about Tiamat and how that's connected to like craving violence?
Well, I'll give you two options. I like the flat 10 rule that used to exist somewhere. So I'll let you roll, or you could use the flat 10, but you choose.
I'll roll. History or religion?
Whichever you want. Which angle do you want to use?
Perfect. History.
Bro, chill.
23.
You're just taking all of the 20 rolls. I mean, you are a wizard, so you know you should know stuff.
We're
That
done,
makes
but
sense.
you know so many things.
He's winning D&D right now.
Don't log out.
is how you-
Don't log
I
out.
haven't had to use my portents yet. Okay.
All right. So history. There has been war between chromatic and metallic dragons for the longest time, and especially where you're from, there's also a lot of research that has been done into specifically dragon type magic and or dragon influence type object by one or a few members of the Mini Star Cloak. One of them is in a very popular story in Cormyr, where apparently one of their mages or court mages transformed himself, weaving himself into a defense that would activate in case the city is in danger, and this led to a disappearance of a great many dragons. That being said, you still know that in general, chromatic dragons have a tendency towards evil because it's in their nature, and as you know, dragons, as they get older, they get much more powerful. The story is that the Dragon Queen always looks favorably upon her children, and that if she were to come back, if since I think she has been previously, or there's stories that she has been previously on the material plane. But if she were to come back, she would have need for many riches to greet her into the world.
So I'm just gonna go. This is just a wild theory, guys, and I'll mutter for like 5 minutes.
DM, where would Brummage come in with his background? And it would really suck to have to roll a single die right now to know how much he knows about dragons.
Well,
but
so
I will.
So how, as explained earlier, like the level of competency would still be determined by your being, right? Like a 20 for you is not the same worth as a 20 for somebody else that is not from your origin or doesn't have your backstory. So I'll still ask you to roll, but we'll give you the appropriate amount of information in regards to your character.
All right, well, they're both at -1, so here I go.
It's okay. Still get a 20.
I'm going with history because for him it is history.
Sure.
And I'm gonna look over at the Cobalt Pill.
Huh?
Say, help me out here, buddy.
Okay. You need
And he distracts you.
Well, I found this beetle. Do you want it?
Yes, I do. He takes it and he looks at it and he's looking for some sort of, how does this beetle apply to the world of dragons?
The black of the beetle shines with the light reflecting the myriad of colors that represents the chromatic dragons that you do know them. The red, very powerful.
I do know the basics of dragons, right? Difference between chromatic and so I just but I'll let you go ahead and
so
share what I know.
So
on that 4 roll.
You do know, as you mentioned, the basics of dragons, and you know a lot of other intricate things, like they don't really enjoy the smell of cinnamon, and for some reason, they all covet wealth beyond their rational means to some extent. But other than very unique stories about very unique dragons, the level, what are you trying to know exactly? You're just refreshing your memory.
We were talking about the blue dragon and why the blue dragon would attack the town, but yet not completely devastate it. And he's trying to give some sort of input on his thoughts on that. I mean, personally, my above the table, that's not what I'm trying to do. I want to come at it from Brummage's.
Brummage would know that a dragon of that size, to be coerced into doing anything, would have to have a certain amount of value. And if it's not a monetary value, it has to be something else. What that something is, you would know with a 4. But you would understand the principle of, like, this is a small village and it doesn't have that much wealth. So whatever is happening is huge to have a dragon of that size that does not belong in the region to come here to try and use its influence and power of presence.
And I will share that. That will be my feat that I will share with my 4 roll.
You know what, while we're at it, what do I remember that my grandpa told me that I obviously chose to never pay attention to about dragons?
In general, what are you trying to know about dragons?
I want to just know if I remember anything about dragons. I don't even want to know if I know details yet. I just want to know if I actually have any collection of thoughts that my grandpa was like, this is what you should know about dragons, as I proceeded to pick my nose. What kind of check? Is this just history, or do I get to choose?
Yeah, history. If it's a tale, it's 100% history.
You know what? I'm gonna roll because the dice can't get any worse than they've already been for me.
I mean,
do that
don't tempt.
I want you to know that it was on a 1 and slid on my screen for a while before it tilted to 13.
Fair enough.
For a total of 18.
The flashback Just remember, son, if ever you find a dragon, make sure to give it all your gold and run away as fast as you can.
While you're broke, Grandpa.
Shut up. And it just cuts.
Yep, that sounds about right. Perfect. Gold. As in modern moment, Rev's just got a pink in the nose going like, gold.
Yeah. So
what do we do?
That there's a potential ambush coming up. However you want to deal with it.
I think Felix is just ready.
I think
How far is the ambush spot possibly?
We were going to
The choke
move
point.
off to the edge, right, Mishmash?
and Mish kind of does that, but like looks a little bit longingly, like he would kind of like to be bait, but it's fine. Like he rolled I'm creating a chaotic character, and technically, unless someone tells him that he has to run fast to distract these bandits, he's trying to keep himself
From doing
not from doing that so far successfully.
One
So,
for chase the ambush, 2 to go on the main road.
So 2024 rules. If we want to implement them, druids can speak their native, like their common tongue. They don't. Druids when they shape, wild shape, like they don't lose their ability to speak common.
I feel like you would say horse things. If
I speak horse.
carrot, food, hunger,
Yeah, I think
devastation,
Never mind.
apocalypse.
I think, yeah, 100%. I'm
chicken.
just like, bug. Irritating. Like, yeah, and it's just like, it's kind of like thoughts and emotions more than it is anything, and it's very much horse themed. So it still sounds like.
Is horse a spoken language, would we say?
Yes, because centaurs.
Centaurs speak horse?
Let me just I want to be able to understand. So I'm just gonna do a quick roll to double check something.
That being said, as you're doing that simultaneously, you guys can let me know what you want to do with the situation, and I'll do you one better. Let's take a 5 to 10 minute break now. Grab some water. Grab some celebratory drinks.
Take a
if
short
you need
rest.
those. If you need to take a short rest before running into danger, you can certainly do that. It's a good idea.
I'm gonna re up my my mage armor, and also just before we take the break, I would like to take one of the bugs. I would like to find a bug if possible.
You see that Brumage still has one in his hand that he was contemplating, thinking about dragons.
I was gonna just snatch it if possible.
You did have a long rest in a berry bush, right?
I did have a long rest. However, I need to do a thing, and I always need to have a bug before I can do this. So if I can take the beetle, Rev's just like, okay, I don't know what we're going to do, but little bug. I'm sorry, Grandpa says this has to work. And I like gently crush without killing it, and then put it in my pocket. I put hex on the bug, and put it in my pocket.
Oh, the
hear
old
you.
run the hex, bro.
Yeah, to hex before resting.
I know you, buddy. I know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I love the Skyrim mood music.
It's pretty solid.
It's great.
Have you recorded any new episodes lately?
Oh.
I think you had a podcast, you said?
Oh, yeah. No, it's actually put on hold. But I'm thinking about doing my own. I don't know. Or maybe getting my YouTube channel back going. I'm not sure.
Fair enough.
Or just doing a new one. I don't know. A new YouTube channel. I don't know what it would be about, but I've got plenty of opinions and I could talk for a long time. So got the skills.
Is that the objective, or is it?
I don't know. If I do, it'll just be for fun, probably.
Let's stream the next one too. Let's go. I don't know what's happening. I just show.
I have this so a podcast and it's called the Dungeon Dudes. It's just two
Oh,
guys
yeah.
talking about D&D.
I watched. Actually, that's what I was watching before. I was watching their YouTube channel before
Oh, this is what we're gonna make. We're gonna make this happen. It'd be great.
We can make the Dungeon Dudes. We can do that.
Are you doing a rival Dungeon Dudes competitive podcast just called like the Dungeon Bros or something, or
Yeah, the Dungeon Dudes.
Mm-hmm.
or just the Dungeon Dudes 2, the sequel, or like
That actually works. These things.
The Dungeon Demures really capitalize on this movement.
Oh, just you did Dungeons and Dudes.
D&D.
you know what?
Dudes, Dragons, and Dungeons.
DDD.
Perfect.
By the way, the stream's not on yet, is it? It's like Mercer, like I don't if I'm on camera for.
Yes, now we are.
Okay. Never mind.
No, I think
all
for
good.
branding you call that podcast Triple D.
Triple D.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Or just D&D. But then another
Yeah.
third D. This
Yeah, but with an N so that you can't be.
That is the key. The N.
Yeah. A little
Intermingle
N,
the D's.
but lowercase. Yeah.
It's called docking.
duck.
What is ducking?
Don't
like.
don't ask further. Don't look further.
I feel like, yeah.
Nope. Don't do it.
I'll forget I heard anything.
Okay.
That's the responsible thing, I think. From what I'm hearing. And when he's back, we'll keep going at it again. It's just, I put the for now the audio from you guys is off on the stream. Yes. I was gonna wait for Sean to come back to do it again, but I'll wait. Or pretty cool. That's interesting. Can you gaslight them? Just convince hell to become good and just gaslight them into doing. Comms are open, and we're back. We were discussing Cheetos and other such delicacies, but back to the game. At this point, were we taking a short rest?
No.
I would say if we need a rest, perhaps we go find one of these outposts, discover if there actually is an outpost, take it down, and rest there.
I like it. I like the plan.
Fast.
Rev like pats the beetle that is like, okay, you don't die yet.
Did you do like one non-lethal damage to a beetle?
Yeah, non-lethal, non-lethal.
Sorry, that's just funny.
Is that you just said go to sleep and squeezed it between your
But
fingers?
then, but then, like, spare the dying. You got to keep it there.
Oh.
Well, so, how do you want to proceed? You're going. Technically, do you guys see the lines in the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are the trails that they're following.
Yeah, so we go, and I guess we're going to this smaller encampment to take a short rest.
What's down here, right, Jess?
Is the ambush site is up here?
I thought
That
it was
would
down
be
here.
the yeah, that's pretty much.
Here.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, Felix is dead.
I'm surprised in them. Okay. What do you?
I think.
If you guys want to go there, I can allow it, but you understand
No,
that
no,
you're
no,
seeing
no,
it from,
Talk to us.
you're seeing it arriving, and you know that there's probably an ambush. You guys are just going through. So
Wait, the ambush was here?
This is the smaller group, right?
possibly.
Like, Rev
There
looks at
could
everyone
be,
and kind of
there
goes
could be
like,
nothing there. You could, you could just not care and you just walk by.
All right, Mish, seeing that like the team has decided, is just leaning full in and is like, it's like, see if it happens, and then can't help himself and is just like, and sprints down.
I would like to try to
Memory
get
lane.
onto the horse before the charging off so I can keep up.
Okay, so let's say Mishmash neighs and goes on his rear legs, and you see the horse about to go, and you have a spark of ingenuity and you want to grab. So I'll
Yeah.
have you both roll initiative, and if you can outrun her, if you're after her, you can catch on. If not,
Listen here.
Wow.
Why is everybody's roll so great? I don't want to roll now.
Also, I didn't want that, but here we are. Oh.
Yee,
We're
Wait a
good.
sec. Wait a second.
what's
Another
going
20.
on? And that 20
Honestly,
does not work in.
If you
It's raining 20s.
if you
Oh, you
want
have-
to,
No, you
Go
have your
for it.
decks. You have okay. If you want to,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, let's allow it.
oh well, like the draft horse doesn't, because I have to roll with the draft horse decks. So
Right,
I
but
don't
you
have,
rolled a 20, so you have plus
Yeah.
what? Plus 1, plus 2?
Plus
Plus
none. I
7.
don't think the draft horse is actually a flat number.
Eh,
Yeah, not very
No, they-
dexterous. Not able to jump in that groundhog hole for sure.
eh.
Yeah, I think they're like pretty commoner based.
Mhm.
It's 0.
They're
Yeah,
strong
I've
is
got
what it
this.
is.
I've got the street or
Okay.
the sheet pulled up right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Sorry, my bad. So let's
It's
do
cool.
what was suggested as rip blanc mémoire. Why am I having a
Rev.
Rev? I was like or something.
It's okay. You can call me Rev, Rez, Rex.
All the R's.
It's weird because
Rev.
the cleric isn't called Rev. The drunk guy is called Rev.
I'm just a delayed cleric. I'm always there after you've already died.
Right on. So at this point, yes,
So Mish ran ahead of all of us, right?
yes. I'm just gonna put
Okay.
you guys.
Rev is on my back, but I
Here
don't
we are.
I don't imagine it's a very helpful. Like, you're on, but it's like a bumpy ride since of the contested
yeah.
role.
Parfait. So, do you have riding a horse as a skill or competence?
Listen. No one needs to know whether or not I'm trained in that.
I just want to know for rolling.
The answer is
purposes.
definitely not trained in land vehicles. I'm not even proficient in animal handling, so like
So
I got acrobatics and athletics.
we can say either. No, it's athletics acrobatics or animal handling. I would allow those 3.
I believe acrobatics would be nice. I could roll that real quick.
The Jackie Chan style.
I'm just gonna stand on the horse.
Yeah, he's riding it like a skateboard.
Yep, I'm gonna kickflip this horse.
If riding a horse, riding anything that you can, you know how to move on a mammal. I don't know how that was gonna go in my head in a good way, but it didn't. So let's just keep going. So you do go forward. Can you line me your destination in the map so I know where things trigger?
Oh yeah.
And my intent is to just sprint by as fast as possible and draw out anybody who would be hiding, because they're like, oh, we're going to chase this horse with the guy on it that seems like it's running mad, like a mad thing, just very fast. Because Rev did say, like, yeah, if you run very fast.
This is true.
That's...
Love it. Love it.
He's like, he's so fast, and he really likes running.
And Mitch just action dash. I got this.
Yeah.
So you do, as you're running, you're big enough that it doesn't really hinder your movement that much, but I am going to ask you for a dexterity saving throw, Mishmash. As the rest of you see pits appear as she runs past.
I notice these to help give Mish like advantage to like point them out?
Yes. Mish, I feel like Mish would see them actually, with the passive of that they have. That's 16. On me.
Yeah, I think Mish has 16 and I have a 17, so I think we're the 2 perceptive ones.
So, okay, I'm just gonna show you guys because you would know, and that's not fair otherwise.
I got you, Mish. I've always wanted to be a knight.
Like, Mish is just like, oh, same.
There seems to be, like, in those areas, it's covered. You don't know by what, but there's definitely, like, a difference in the terrain at these spots.
Cool. I'm just going to try to, like, jump over them if they become a hindrance.
You're good.
And I am just dashing full on. My speed is 80 feet per turn. Like, I'm just...
And I would like to, as I'm aware that, like, I feel like the rest of the people can't see me enough to realize, I would like to remove my incompetence, and I'm just keeping an eye out for anybody that looks hostile, threatening, or otherwise dangerous.
Okay. As you are both going the destination, you do notice that there is some some cultists or some baddies hiding on your right as you just sprint past. And they look at each other, they look at the horse and you at the back of it, and I think they're not gonna do anything for now. They're just kind of like, okay, they saw you, but for
like
now,
cops on the side of the road and the car goes by at 180 miles an hour. Zing!
What do you want to do, right?
I think I kind of back up a little bit and I like look up at Rev like, again? And Mish just charges back same direction, like back towards where he came, but like again, at like as fast as he can possibly
ask
go.
for, at this point, an initiative from everyone.
Let's go.
That makes sense.
Popped out for a second because I think it like booted my camera, but I caught that we're doing initiative.
Yes, sir.
Remember to click on your token.
Thank you.
What about Pill? Is he going to be a combatant?
Nah.
All right.
You're not there yet. He's He trusts you, but he's not ready to give up his life for you. I think.
Yeah, he was very defensive of it. That's why he joined us in the first place.
If I can find a creative way to use him in combat without him actually having to take a swing, I will.
I think you'll have to add me in because I don't have the draft horse sheet.
Oh, does not work when you click on the draft horse? Do you not have the initiative token?
I do, but I will be rolling with Mish's initiative if I do that.
That's
instead.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Just adjust it.
Cool. Oh, I'll
Listen
take that.
here.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Misha, calm down.
So it's a 17 for the draft horse.
Mm-hmm.
That's fitting that the horse is
Pretty good. Perfect good. It's perfect good.
Seeing as
And they were charging through there too.
seeing as it's already at full gallop mid initiative roll, it probably makes sense.
Okay, and I think based on that initiative, since I'm gonna augment a little bit what I'm doing, but you just hear him be like, "Oh, okay," like, and again starts to kind of like gallop again, kind of sprinting back in the same direction, but is just going to stampede through the camp just to make sure, and it's kind of like making a loud fuss as kind of like a distraction, but also just super chaos. Like, if I can help at all, this is what we're doing.
They do see you coming. Perfect. And as you turn around, they are going to. Who is going to? They fan out basically as you're charging towards them, and they seem to be leaving just enough space so that if you ran, you would run only after one person or between two of them. And then
This music's giving Last of Us, you know?
I'm sitting with Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for a Sacred Flame. I need a saving throw from the horse.
That's Dex, right?
Yes. Straight 20 roll.
There's no way I can pull it towards me.
There's
You didn't do an attack or anything on your turn, Whitney?
Can I like?
It was their turn first, is what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So as you turn around, they fan out. One of them seems to be speaking in Draconic and points at you as you feel a searing pain on one of your sides. You get 1 radiant damage.
So I understand Draconic on a side note.
Okay.
So do I just hear them casting a spell is all I hear, or is there something else to it?
You call Tiamat's Flame. Tiamat's Flame. Yeah.
By the way, I'm confused that I can understand that. I'm like, that makes sense.
What language? And
Oh.
yeah, so they do that. As they don't move, these guys are going to do the same. No, they'll wait here. Outfit. Ishmosh, you're up.
I'm making so many sounds and like horse things, basically like trying to let the rest of the team know like it's on. But yeah, I'm gonna rush up here, and I think what I'm gonna do is try to hit, like, hoof attack this dude right on the end. I don't want to go through them though. I want to try to like go around so that I can put a little bit of like the tree or something in between so that like Rev isn't out just on his own.
Is he not still on your back? Did he get
I'm
off?
still on your back. Let me move me over there.
Oh well, you go next too, so like we can.
Yeah.
We can.
It works out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Where's my horse page? Okay. That's gonna be a D20, and then I think it's +6.
What?
Yeah, hoof attack.
Just misses. Barely gets out of the way as you're charging through and trying to hit it with your hooves.
Okay, fine. Just like, embarrassed horse face again, but nobody can see it.
So do you stop there or do you keep going?
I think can I like hold the rest of my movement until Rev has had an option and then move around because he's right after me?
Yeah. You guys can
Okay,
definitely.
yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's make it more fun. Y'all can choose between 1, 2, or 3, 4. And if it's on the same half, you get to choose if the other person can kind of like synchronize with your move or your turn.
On both.
So,
All right.
yeah, you guys get to choose.
Are we rolling?
High or low?
Hi.
I roll. Let's do high.
Alright.
My bad. I'm so sorry. But we got the same number.
Yeah.
Well, did not hit high. Just
We did not hit high. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's a little chaotic.
It's all good. So,
pretty much understood the assignment.
right?
He doesn't though. He's all like,
Yeah.
where are we going? But...
In
And
which case-
at that point, he kind of checks out. But yeah, it's not my turn.
No worries. So, Mishmash, you have to finish your turn now, and then it's going to be Jay's.
Okay, that's fine. I think what I will do is I will go over here. So I'm kind of like just putting the tree in between, but there's probably still distance for them to like fight at each other, but there's just partial cover.
In front.
Rev, I apologize. I might have made it a little bit more difficult for you.
You have made nothing difficult for me. Rev is not a sensible creature.
So
Neither is
what
Mish. Who let us off? Like, who let us just like do these things?
All right, my turn.
Yes.
So this one is within like melee range of horse Mish,
Yes.
right? Like they're still okay. So I am going to tap my pocket where the beetle is and be like, "You still get time." And as I whisper in, I accidentally whisper in Celestial, this divine sound of curse. I'm hexing that first one, targeting Wisdom as the disadvantage on ability checks made with Wisdom.
Okay.
And then I will swap out, like I swing out my right arm as a chain unfurls, and I'm going to attack with my whip. Specifically, I'm going to be using Green Flame Blade because that's what happens accidentally when I'm angry.
When he's angry.
Maybe actually make sure I burn the spell slot so I don't forget. That's an attack with the whip. Dice be nice, don't screw me twice. That's a 15 hit. So that's going to be D6 for the hex, D6 for sneak attack, and D4 for the whip. +4.
Of course.
Sure.
Bad roll. A total of 10. Some of that's necrotic if that matters. as the whip kind of hits, it'll smack just onto the forehead with this like divine infernal flame combination as the green flame blade will hit, and a curse fire will to kind of spread through the body as it will just kind of crack and sear a brand on it, and then a mote of this noxious divine flame will bounce off. It'll be 4 points of damage to the creature behind it, because it'll bounce to a creature within 5 feet.
You know, the only thing I hear in my mind right now when you describe that is Amaterasu.
Yeah, that's literally the thing I'm putting is Amaterasu.
And just, yeah.
Yeah, that's, thank you. You understand. This is, I'm an Uchiha, no one told me. With that one out of the way, I'm going to then, I do have to double check on just a general sense of self. I am still myself. I am going to then come down on the horse, and then I want to put myself like between the two there.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's go. 4.
Okay. I thought that was like, if it's half movement to get off something, that should be within my 15 feet to kind of position, because I have 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, that would make sense. I didn't count it as that, but it would make sense to take that into account.
Okay. So, and I think I have to use a bonus action to move Hex after somebody dies.
Yeah, and you usually already used it to put it on the first person.
Yeah, so no one's hexed yet, but I'm standing there next to both of them.
Perfect.
That's it for me.
You are up. As you do you notice a bit of communication between both sides of the ambush? What do you do?
So I'm gonna rush, and I'm gonna start. Like I'll already like have the orb out.
Did you run past this?
Can I run past that?
Do we know about that?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, I thought I had described these. I didn't say what it was because you guys didn't do anything
Oh,
with
you
them.
described it to the horse, and the horse
I
jumped over it.
Right.
So we would
run
have
right
to
past
have
it. Do it.
recognized that the horse jumped over it, and
I would never see a horse jump.
How many legs do I still have?
Listen, I'm gonna have you roll a. C'est quoi, c'est réflexe? Ouais. C'est dex saving throw? Please.
Done. Hell yeah.
So this
We got it.
pit, right, appears right beneath your feet. It wasn't there before, but now it's there. I need you to roll a d6.
As you fall, you just hear a horse screaming, "Danger! Danger!"
2.
Well, you can't see anyone right now, and you're at the bottom of the hole. Lots of questions, lots of songs were written about this place.
So it's kind of like a So there's nothing like I fall at my feet. How far down am I?
Technically 10 feet lower. I'd say 10, 15 feet lower-ish. You still have to reach out and climb out.
Climb out. Okay. But I'm
Far
not, like,
enough that
prone
you
or
would suffer
anything.
1d6 damage.
Okay, so I did take 2 damage from that.
Yes.
The bear.
Oh. Let's see.
It's but a flesh wound.
We're off to
Levitate.
a roaring start here. Just really.
Me and Mist are fine. Just a man and his smaller man who's really a horse.
I don't see what's confusing about it.
That classic combo.
So,
I'm gonna just use prestidigitation to kind of create a flare above me, so that people know that I'm in this.
okay. Well, you do have full cover. So that's good.
There's that. Yeah, that's good.
That's all I do. I just do prestidigitation, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Kind of like dodge.
I love it.
Right. Quick question for all DMs here, all of you. When you dodge, do you call it out as if you're playing the NPCs and they dodge? Take the dodge action?
Like if I have my creatures
or do
dodge?
You describe it out. Like you notice that they seem to be ready for you, or you notice that, like, how would you say your NPC takes the dodge action?
I think it's only if a hit connects. I think that's where you would like proclaim it, because that's really the only place where it comes up.
I usually go with like they're preparing themselves for an attack.
When their turn comes up, you have to let it up. It's their turn. You're all like, oh, they prepare themselves and they buckle back and raise their shield, right? Because if they don't attack, that's when you see it, right? And you're like, why didn't they attack? And then you know.
Okay.
Because you're aware that they're harder to hit.
But they could be, in that situation, they could be also readying an action. So, like, no,
That's why I'm vague, because I need the characters to try to figure out if they want to.
Exactly, yeah. So, like, explaining that it looks like they're bracing, or getting, bracing for a fight, like, then you have to do something to figure out if they've taken the dodge action, or they've ready
for something,
yeah,
or otherwise.
I like it. All right. Thanks for that.
Insightful fighting.
Yes. The guard is going to... He's one of those spear chuckers. I don't know if you know them, but...
I dare him.
A spear chucker?
Yeah. Audric, you're being...
You should have brought that monk.
Catch it. Throw it back. Why? Man. Let me roll. Anyways, I got a 13.
This is against who?
Audric.
Oh, okay.
Audric, you see... rainbows in the sky. No, I'm just kidding. You see a spear coming at you, but it lands like 7 feet away.
Yeah. I kind of trace it back to where it came from. I think I see them for the first time up there. Just clock it. Yeah. I nudge Brummage, who's right next to me, and point it out.
Brummage flusters at that. So this was the guy that just threw it? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. This guy's the guy who did it?
Yeah.
All right. Brummage is going to use his 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. So what's the deal with the cliff right there?
Okay.
As I'm at 20 feet, right? So I get 10 more feet here.
Yeah.
Are the bushes difficult terrain? How high is that cliff?
That cliff is about 10 feet high. The bush itself is more for decor. If you were to go into these bigger ones, I would say, and you wanted to really run through them, then that would be difficult terrain. But if you kind of like weave through, it should be fine.
Got it. All right. I'm going to step back a little bit then, and I am going to, me being Brummage, is going to look up at them and say, "You, sirs, have made the wrong choice. I am here on behalf of Bahamut to send you to your death." And he will target the guy who just did that last attack. That guy right there, and he's going to chuck a javelin. There it goes.
A spear for a spear.
Right
on. Yeah. So he's gonna miss on that. At which point he is then going to yell up and challenge all of them in Draconic. And he's going to say, "Come at me, you foul beasts. I will defeat you all. Come," he says.
Pale will run right to that spear shaft, grab it, and say, "Bye," and he'll just run back and hide. So that's.
Thanks for that help there, Pale.
He's out of weapon, so that's good. All right, no, that's the movement. Audric, as you see, the spear probably launched at you, being snapped out of the ground by a small kobold. As Brummage thanks him. What do you do?
Yeah. I'm gonna run to the pit where I just saw Felix fall. Would you allow me to use an object interaction? Essentially what I want to do, if this uses an action, I might not do it, but if you let me use an object interaction, I have a grappling hook.
Okay.
And so all I want to do is stab it into the ground next to the hole and let the rope fall in. Just so like he has something to use to get out of it.
I'll let you drop it as a.
I'll just throw the throw the grappling hook down in there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So if you want to like
He
drop
can use it if he wants to.
Yeah.
So I just have it kind of in a circle on my hip, and I just kind of in a loop, and I just kind of unclip it and let it fall into the hole as I stand there. And I look down in a little fall, mate. Here you go, and put that in there.
You hear it catch him off guard.
Hits him in the head.
I mean, we're casting prestidigitation, so I'm guessing you're looking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna reach into my bag of flour, my baking flour, as I always have, and pull some out and spit into my hands and roll up a little ball of it, and then toss it up in the air, and I'm gonna cast Bless, and I'm gonna bless. I'm gonna bless the horse / Mish. I'm gonna bless as like this kind of flower floats through the air. I'm gonna also bless Rev, and I'm gonna bless our fearless leader, who's currently doing what he does and facing down a whole group of people. So Brummage, you also get blessed. And I'm gonna wait there for. I'm just gonna wait there for John to I'm sorry, Felix to get out of the hole and.
No worries. All right.
Wait, do I have a bonus? You know what?
Rolling.
Just
pin.
because, I'll just cast Shillelagh on my as a bonus action.
Okay. The remaining of the flour that you had in your hand
just kind of coalesces onto my big rolling pin that I have.
GM?
Yes.
Speaking of bonus actions, on my turn, I'm sorry I missed it. I wanted to cast Hunter's Mark. Can we allow me to do it even though I missed? It's just now it's alive.
Yeah. You use
The bonus action. Yes, and I'll burn the spell slot right now. But it's on that guy who I was just trying to
actually,
hit.
hold on. Now that I'm looking at it, I might not be in range to reach the horse and... One sec.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's about 36, 30 feet.
I can move around the hole where I need to be,
Yeah.
to get them. But that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I thought it was 60 feet for Bless, but I was wrong.
Very good. A lot of spells are. All right. So these guys, accepting your challenge. 1, 2, 3. All right. So prepare for trouble. Make it.
I'm
done.
ready.
All right. So, sorry, I opened the wrong tab. All right. 1.
Are you going to show us the rolls?
can you remind me how to turn that on the character sheets?
You have to go up to the little gear, and then inside there's a spot that says
on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
This whisper rolls. You can toggle it. You can make it toggle, or you can say always or never whisper.
NPC options?
Well, that at least
and
that's
it goes to each
Oh,
monster.
oh.
So each thing you have to determine whether it does it.
Okay. Let's try it. Let's try it again.
That's a miss. I'm 18,
Parfait.
unless he has advantage.
Nope. As he comes rushing down, he swings with his scimitar. As you manage to parry.
Rummage shields it away.
And
Pink.
the second also tries to use that at his advantage, but clumsily you manage to also use your sword and parry it out of the way. On the other hand, the others here will now attack Rev. So two of them. One is 16, the second at 13, as they both lunge in.
And those both miss.
As you dodge nimbly.
No, very much. Not nimbly. Actually, we confirmed that I can't be seen. Audra can see me enough from here, right?
Yeah.
No. I see. It does seem a very like accidentally like discombobulated confusion. Like I kind of like duck down because I'm like, oh, I dropped a gold coin. Like it's very accidental moments of not getting hit.
Almost like by sheer luck.
Yes.
Get it. Right
Coincidence on top of coincidence.
Whole coincidence. I dropped my coin and then like I thought I heard a bird and it threw me off.
Mishmash, you're up.
I'm gonna kind of like look around. I feel like Mish is still in horse form, but is not comfortable with what is happening over here. And is just gonna like roll up and is kind of gonna like push through the tree and just do another attack on this dude over here who's going after Rev.
Yep. Go ahead.
It looks like Rev's having a real tough day. Tough stuff.
So tough.
That
Okay,
is
now
that
17.
hits.
Awesome. Okay. That'll be plus another. Okay, so that's 8 on this guy.
Okay. Interesting. This guy was already hurt. So, are you trying to knock him out or put him to forever sleep?
I think I would probably just like knock this guy out, but like I'm like horse kicking him in the head, so if he
Right.
comes back, he might not have all of his wherewithal, but
There's definitely a
Mish is
print
still
on the
heavy.
side of his head that just showed up as his eyes go white and he just topples over.
and then like turns to the other guy and is just like all
You
right,
want
let's
some?
go night night. Yeah, you want some? Horse.
All right. This one is going to start casting a spell, which takes but a moment. As why am I not sure if I said? Man, the horse is good.
Mish is so proud. He blushes again.
Right. So this casts a spell on this cultist, and he starts running away.
Okay.
Does does that prompt opportunity attack, or is that like something that was the spell casted?
The spell. He was here. I don't assume that you were close enough to
wrong person.
touch him. But
yeah,
there is a spell that seems to be on this one. As you see, you hear the words, which you recognize like some form of something about some protection or some boon of some kind. But he starts running away.
Remind me, opportunity attack is only if they move outside of your
Melee
immediate
range.
5 feet or out of your reach.
Reach.
Reach. You're right.
Because my whip has reach, so
10
I have a 10-foot.
Yeah, you are right.
Okay.
Yeah, that does trigger.
So I can op it.
Yes.
All right. So, not only that, I have double checking. Yes, I have Warcaster, so I can cast a spell as a reaction instead.
Ooh.
So I'm going to, as he tries to run away, I'm going to use Green Flame Blade on my whip. Dice be nice. Whip, here you are. I don't think that's going to hit though.
That is enough.
It's enough to hit. Okay. That is going to be D6 plus sneak attack plus whip. No, only one, because Green Flame Blade does
The
not.
sneak attack you reapply when it's somebody else's turn, and you attack also.
Sneak attack is once per turn, so it is the one thing that can happen at any turn only once.
Fair enough.
But I don't have the hex, so it's only 1d6 for sneak and 1d4 for the whip, and then the fire damage will bounce. That'll be +4. That'll be 12 points of damage.
What?
As
Starts
the
running
I'm gonna do
away.
that too.
Gets applied.
And that's gonna cause 4 points of fire damage to bounce to the cultist in front of me.
Okay. The one that's in front of you is 4 damage. 4 points of damage.
Yeah, it's based on my spell casting modifier in terms of damage, so it's just a flat 4. Let me try. I'll even make sure I do this. There we go.
All right. Banish the weapon. One creature within 5 feet of you. Can affect the cause of green flame with the lead. So technically, it's from you and not the whip.
That could be the argument, I suppose, on that.
I mean, for now, I'd rather just leave it as is, but I think from the phrasing on that, that would be the ability, but I would also just say it's a technicality and I would accept it just because it makes sense to me if it's supposed to come from a weapon.
That's what I've always went with, and I realized I never thought about it the other way.
So, no, it's good.
That's my reaction.
All right. So, it is now your turn.
Oh wow, I forgot that I'm. Yeah, so I'm gonna crack at this one with the whip. I'm not gonna bonus action because I don't want to waste it in case it works. So we're gonna go with action whip.
That definitely hits.
That's going to be D4, D6.
Point.
+4, 7.
All right. That also knocks him out.
All right, so then double checking the math. About how far are the other cultists?
About 1, 2, 3, 4, 40, 50 feet.
50 feet, and they're currently on. Is that Brumish they're on?
Yes.
After I do the whip crack, I'm gonna just kind of set the blade to my side as it still has a bit of the flames scorching the ground a bit. Gonna like do a 2-step bounce, and then go into a sprint, and I'm gonna bonus action dash to close the full distance. That'll allow me to get 60 feet of movement.
Full movement. All right. So
And I want to move all the way to them, and then I want to
if I traps.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the long way. I think that still gives me enough to get around.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. You want to go here or there?
I want to try to get in there if possible.
Okay, we're here. There. Wolf, cat, slime. Sit. Hit. Take out. F this. Cycle. Yeah.
If I can't get, I can. Cool.
Yeah.
That was my bonus action to cunning action dash. So that's it. I'm standing there.
All right. Felix, you're in a hole.
Yeah. So, do I need to do anything to climb up out of this?
I would assume
whatever
that.
I do,
Yeah, I would say that you could use half your movement to climb out, since it's.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll climb out. I'll see Audrey. I'll go, thanks, buddy. And throw him back the
Grappling hook?
Grappling hook, yeah. And then I guess I'll move over this way. Like, keeping close focus on the ground. But can I move?
One,
I move
2.
Yeah, I'll just move there. And I'll go ahead and see, like, what's going on.
Are you pulling one of these?
Pulling on what? The magic?
You know the. Oh, you didn't see the. That's
I'm not a druid. I can't
Fire.
transform into a
What's the
spider.
name of the spell?
Magic?
No, flaming cone or
Burning hands.
burning hands. That's the.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm bubble magic. Bubble magic's my theme.
Bubble
true.
magic.
Do you
But yeah,
blow bubbles at him?
Right? Blow bubbles.
I mean,
The shock damage.
yeah, I'll
From-
go ahead and do chromatic orb. Yeah, never mind. I'll do acid splash.
Oh, there. That's a good one.
So I'll do acid splash. Probably this guy right in front of Bromwich.
So I have to roll a saving throw.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't really.
Right?
Did you get all of that? No. There you go. Yeah. It's for 1 damage. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
The DC for you is 14.
This is what we predicted, okay? I'm the divination wizard, but you guys all predicted combat was gonna be hard for me.
We saw it in the cards. In the
I will
bone.
support you next time.
Yeah. So I'll end my turn there.
The other one also has to roll because
Yeah.
creatures.
For 1 damage.
Hey, it can do the difference, right?
Not nothing.
That's 14. So unfortunately, will not work either. All right.
Okay.
So the guard that was there, seeing what's going on.
Rummage flips him off.
Yep, that's gonna go there.
Oh, you puss.
Oh.
He jumps right across that stream like it didn't even exist.
I shortened it by the appropriate much.
All right, thanks, Tim.
He's my next target.
All right. Yeah. Now we have precision physics and we're holding down. All right, that's his turn. Ravage.
So this guy got hit by the acid. No, he didn't. They
None of them.
survived it, right?
Yeah, everybody
All
dodged.
I am going to attack this guy.
Yeah.
Right here, and with green flame blade,
All right.
and I'll make
Hashtag green flame.
goes my attack. Come on, give me something over 5. So that's a 20.
That hits.
I assume that's a hit.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the spell up on the board so we can all see how that works because I'm going to give damage to the guy next to him.
Okay.
Hold on. So the way that works didn't show up.
No.
All right, come on. Explain VTT. There it is.
Right. So.
All right. So the way that works is, I hit the one guy and he gets the damage. I haven't actually hit him with his damage right now. Let me do my sharp tooth damage. All right. So that's 14. Plus the, I assume that's probably a kill, right?
Yep.
But then the
green flame.
The green flame jumps to a creature within 5 feet of it. Takes a fire damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier, which is for me
4. You have 18
+4.
charisma, so that's 4.
Yeah, it's a +4.
All right, so you eliminate the top one and you
Put
four
+4 onto that guy.
The way that Ramage takes care of business is made with panache and fashion. For some reason, it just looks heroic.
Hmm.
All right.
Classic.
Anything else that you would like to? I think you have a bonus action.
I do have a bonus action, but I don't think it applies to this. I get Hunter's Mark, but it won't add on that. So
you could change marks with the no.
Oh, that's what I'll do. I'll change Mark to that guy.
Oh. Okay. Oh, it was already that guy. You just didn't attack him. That red dot is there.
All right. I forget what the rules are. I don't think I get like infinite ability to chase him on that. I think I just get the 1d4. But I'll leave it there with him.
All right.
And I'll read the rules in a little bit.
You'll have advantage to track him.
Yeah.
If he gets away.
That's what it is, and
Yeah,
that's what we'll use. So yeah, I'll leave it there.
Bill is going to war cry and stab the dead guy.
I didn't war cry. Oh man, that's what I didn't do. Sorry, it's a fail on my part.
War cry's nice.
And he's going to look at Rummage and like, I did it, very excitedly.
He did it.
All right.
Happy for the kid.
I also didn't use my bless, by the way.
All right. Well, for now,
it doesn't matter. It none of it would have made any difference. All I'm saying is I'm not playing good D&D right now. There's a lot of moving parts.
Okay.
You're playing great D&D. Thank you very much.
This is true. Audric. You're up.
Audric's just kind of mosey this way, in between the two holes. Now that he knows they're there, just gonna kind of step to the bank of the river here. Sees this guy over there. Audric picks up his staff. Kind of touches the amulet on his chest.
Okay.
Says, "What, you going somewhere, mate?" And he's gonna cast Hold Person.
That's interesting.
As he runs away.
So he just hears, "Your mom, yeah?" And then he's like,
"Running away, are ya?"
Right?
Joke's on you. It's a monster. You can't.
Yeah, maybe it's a dragon. I don't know. But DC 13 Wisdom saving throw to overcome it.
Just gonna roll a straight D20.
Wait, who has Jay's hex on them right now?
It's dead.
Person did.
It's floating.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, he passes. Cool. Wasted a second level spell. You gotta love it.
We're playing great D&D.
It's
Don't.
part of the game.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad. My bad on that.
I haven't had Hold Person work. I've tried it 3 times now. It hasn't worked a single time. So.
This is
What
It's
what
gonna
time's the charm?
happen eventually. It's gonna happen. It's one of those spells.
He
It's
looks at
pricey.
his. He looks down at his amulet, at his
rolling pin.
rolling pin. Just kind of shakes his head and knocks the rolling pin on the ground. That's it.
Didn't work. Work, damn it.
Come on.
The boys here are gonna keep hustling and bustling. The one on the right is gonna go for Rev, and the one on the left is gonna go for Brummage. Je vais fermer ça. Ouvrir ça. Cancel le projet. And scimitar attack. Rev, you are very distracting to this warrior, and unfortunately he falls into every trick that you have to offer. Unfortunately, Brummage, as you are distracted yourself, slightly 22 hits, right?
It does.
I'm just making
But-
sure because I know you have a really high AC.
2 slashing damage. He's laughing that shit off like it didn't hit at all. He's like, "Ha. You got nothing on me." Yeah, he laughs that off. But I will take the damage.
Alright. As they do look somewhat worried. He hit you like full on, and you just like shrugged it off, and he's hurt. So he doesn't feel like he's in a really good position right now. Rethinking life choices, definitely. Mishmash.
And just is going to run this way and is going to try to charge and just beat the ever-loving crap out of this first guy he sees.
So why does anything that has 4 legs cannot have the charge ability? To me, it just.
I think everyone should have the charge ability. I don't know.
I mean,
I run
he's
20
exactly
feet.
not a war horse, like Mish has.
But okay, but that massive of an object just hitting anything, that's a it destroys.
I would have to think so, except that maybe Mish just isn't very coordinated because he's in this new body, and so he's running, but he can't quite find the footing. That's the only justification I
fair
have.
enough.
Because if I got hit by a horse, like
I'm gonna have to
I'm
tweak
dead.
some homebrew rules for that because to me it just doesn't make sense. But
I don't know why
It
I've
should
spent so
probably
much
be
time with
anything
half horse
over
in
a
this game.
certain, like
But-
anything with 4 legs that is large or bigger.
yeah,
Should
I
just
think
trample.
anything can charge against anything one size smaller than itself, but that's just me.
Yeah,
that should be that makes a lot of sense.
But
I'm
also
sorry.
small can also,
Yeah.
move
Medium
way
on
easier.
small, large on medium, and all the other. That just makes sense.
So if we're adding this, does that mean
Nonetheless, she can do her hoof attack, which
Yes.
would probably be similar to whatever damage that you're trying to invent right now on the charge.
You will have to work on the trampling move, but you could go ahead for that.
Thank you. I'll take it. That'll be a 19.
To hit, that certainly hits.
Super duper. And that will be another 8.
All right. That doesn't quite take him out, but he is very hurt. Like, you broke a couple of ribs and he is wheezing his way out of that pain.
Yeah.
That's not
Got
it.
stepped on by a horse. It's not fun.
Okay. So, I will be thinking about that. Other than that, great job. Much damage. Very hoovy.
Very hoof.
Rev, you're up.
Okay, couple important questions. One, what's the distance on me and the one running away?
About 50 feet.
What's the distance between the river,
To the river?
like the gap, or the gap? How big is the gap?
Around like 7.5
Okay.
ish. Between 7 and 8 feet.
I would like to run that direction.
Yeah.
I would like to run, and I would like to jump. And I think then, if 50 feet, I think 30 would get me just on the other side of the bank.
Yeah. All right.
I have a long jump of, I think, like at least more than 10 feet. So
The jump can be determined by your normal strength modifier.
yeah, so I can clear, if it's 7.5, I can clear it.
Okay. That makes sense.
They can get their op attacks if they want to use it.
Okay. There certainly will be one. 15.
15's gonna miss.
It's a miss. Slick.
Unfortunately,
You run by Audric, who's just like pointing at the guy with his staff. He's like, that didn't work. Get him. Go get him.
as I'm just running,
Yeah.
I'm going to try and whip at a distance. I'm going to use whip at distance, but I'm going to bonus action to move the hex onto that guy. So it'll be wisdom, disadvantage on wisdom checks. And as I try to use the whip, I'm going to accidentally do an Eldritch Blast.
I could have used that disadvantage on wisdom checks. Just
No.
one turn ago.
I know. But yeah, so I have a range of 120 feet on the Eldritch Blast, so
Yeah.
that should be able to cover the
I'm
distance.
Aware. Is it like a clip open and then?
Well, it look basically I throw the chain and it's almost like an optical illusion because the chain is longer than it should be.
Oh, and it just kind of reaches out and.
It seems to reach out and it like kind of tries to mash, and it's this.
Eldritch magic stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the dice are nice. Oh, that was terrible.
Oh no.
Did we have inspiration
Your
at
whip,
all?
your whip goes limp.
Yeah, you do have guidance, but that's not going to get you there.
Oh, I have. Yeah, bless still. I don't think would get me
Bless.
enough.
Yeah, sorry, bless.
Hard to overcome a 1.
Impossible.
I mean, one of you could help with that, but
Yeah, I don't have inspiration, so it won't apply here.
You're stingy with his divination rolls over here.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, then
You might not have one good. You might not have one to use for this.
that'll be it for me.
All right, Felix, you are up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get real close to these two guys and just do Thunder Whip.
Thunder whip.
Wait.
Oh.
wave.
Does that emanate from you though? So
Yeah.
is it going to hit the horse and Brummage and?
I think you could position it in such a way that it doesn't. But
A 15-foot cube originating from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I want them to feel my power, but not my wrath. You know. Just Brummage and the Mish.
Brummage and Mish both have bless though, so you can add that to your saving throw.
I just want to make sure you're doing it like it explodes from you, like this, or are you doing like?
Well, no, it's a cube in front of me. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
That's
I'm
what I
doing
thought.
the cube in front of me. That's projecting just at these two gibbons.
Okay. In which case,
You want to get technical with it. It has to be a 15-foot cube originating from you for Thunderwave.
which works.
So everything
it emanates in all directions, 15 feet in all directions from him.
you can't just say, "Oh, it's
not direct. Yeah, it's
I-
not directional.
I think
All right.
I that's what it says, but I've seen it used in like either directly on you or like you as the focal point of it, because you doesn't mean you're at the center.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, it's just at the tip of my finger.
Just at the very just the tip,
Walk over
guys.
and you hold-
Yeah.
It's just that we're doing just the tip with this one.
Yeah. I'm like holding my crystal orb and that's my fingers.
Balancing it. With 8 damage, that's a pretty
Spin it
solid
like a
hit.
spin it like a basketball. And just hold it out there.
That's how he casts.
It also
the
knocks
spell.
them 10 feet away.
Oh, that's definitely gonna happen. That's a dexterity saving throw. Right? No, constitution saving throw. Even worse. Okay. So, they both get blasted away from you, and they hit the side of the canyon or chasm wall, and there's disturbing images that you shouldn't show your children.
Flat.
With a nice crunchy sound now. Why are you trying to dig through canyons with people? It's just not. Doesn't work.
They should
It's
kinda
not very demure.
a little
It's very
green.
brat.
That's very Brad.
I'm just making their hole, you know. I was Gino E2 just like right now, and I'm like, ugh. So go, end my turn.
All right. This guy feels like he has a lot of pressure on his back, but he's still gonna keep running. He barely reaches the end of the map, but if you need to chase this guy, you do have a horse. So there's a bit of that.
We don't need a horse. We have a Revulo.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be interesting
who's
also.
the cowboy?
All
Who's
right.
gonna rip this cap?
Brummage, destruction and despair in your enemies. What do you do?
I'm doing math. I'm trying to figure out how far away that creature is, and if I run up to the edge, if I can.
Okay, give me a sec.
How
Count
far
that.
away is he from the river? Say, right.
I would say, just to make it clear.
Because it comes up as NA for me when I do the
Yeah.
measuring.
Yeah. See now, man.
But that's cool.
That's this point here. I would say that this point here, where the river meets at a straight line, is 50 feet from the guard. You are over here, which means you're about 60 feet from that point in a straight line.
Alrighty then. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and have my guy run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's my. How far away am I now? Looks like about 70.
I'd say another 20, 70, 80 feet.
All right, 70 is not favorable for me.
How's 80?
60 would really, if I could buy 60, I'll take that. Can you get me 60? No, I think what I'll do is, damn it, bastard. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out one of my javelins and chuck it at him.
That's so far. I love it.
Well, I have a disadvantage out to 120, so
You never know. Just roll 2 20s.
It has disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and hurl it as I come running up to the river's edge and just.
I mean, he's done it before.
Chuck it as hard as I can.
He's done this exact thing before at disadvantage and killed people like this.
This is very
Rummage move right there.
So
Yeah.
Oh, it's a crit, but I gotta roll it again. It's still a 15.
Yeah, a 15 is gonna miss.
Oh, 15 misses?
Yeah, barely.
Oh, no.
As it lands right.
I'm rolling again.
It does the 300 thing where
I just punched up this table.
it like clips his cheek like Xerxes and just like scratches it.
Yeah.
And Bromwich says, "I'm coming for you." And that's his turn.
I think he's probably pissing his pants. Running was a good option.
I'm coming.
You hear Mish just in horse being like, pigeons!
That probably means get him. Aldrich, you're up. Guiding bolt.
Missed.
Shoo. Wisdom's passed.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, we're just shooting long range here. I can't hit. I'm bad at this game, so that's my turn.
Pigeons! And Mish.
I'm gonna get up on Mish. I'm gonna get up on Mish actually as with my movement. I just shoot with my literally. So he picks up his staff or his rolling pin, points it to the sky and says, "Come on!" and shoots out a guiding bolt up into the air. It flies down toward the guy, but misses him. And Audric, he's like, this fucking thing, and he jumps onto Horse Mish. Let's get him.
Please give me an animal handling check.
I would agree to that. Unless you have land vehicles?
Do I? Hold on.
I think you might have.
Do you have... I was about to say something. We're streaming right now.
No, I don't.
Misinterpreted.
I've done a couple myself, so.
I don't. I got okay animal handling, 13.
Yeah, you jump onto Mish. You can hold on for sure. But I'm gonna try to jump up onto the top of this.
Oh my god.
I'm running in the opposite direction.
Well.
What?
Bring a horse to a river,
and you just hear him say, just pigeons! Just in horse form, neighing as he jumps up onto this platform.
Okay.
And then would you allow me if I, it's still in horse, but I don't want to fight anymore. I just want to, I want to jump up again into this secondary. So basically using a dash action to hop and then hop again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I don't see why not. Yeah.
You just see Audric holding on for dear life as this horse
you see Audric just screaming.
Very epically on top of this mountain, 20 feet up, just pigeon!
Okay. Impulse control, not there. That's all good.
Not there. We are an 11-year-old boy.
That makes a lot of sense. Rev.
Just Skyrim.
Okay, so how far is he at this point?
From you it should be about 50, 60, 70, 80 feet to you.
All right, so 70, 80, I can move to get closer. Let's say probably maybe there. That puts him just in range for my Hexblade's Curse. It's not concentration, so I can have Hex and Hexblade's Curse.
Yeah.
As a bonus action to do that. And then, is it possible to like weave my way through to not be seen to become an unseen attacker before I cast my spell? And it's only because I tried to give him disadvantage on wisdom checks to specifically make perception harder.
And he's not looking back. He's probably sprinting full tilt in the opposite direction.
I mean, yeah, but you still have a combat sense, and when you know somebody's there, you kind of.
Okay. It was worth a shot. Then it'll be a flat roll Eldritch Blast, because that's the only thing I got that can reach that far.
Hey, could be a crit or something good.
Let's go. That's a 19 on the die on a Hexblade Curse, which makes it a crit.
Does it?
Hexblade Curse specifically
19,
gets me crits on 19s and 20s.
Don't.
Called it. That's good.
Don't you.
What's the crit rule?
It's roll once plus your max damage.
All right, so it's going to be a D10 plus Hexblade's Curse is a D6, so it's going to be 16. And then I'm going to roll this on top of that. 16 plus... Oh, I rolled twice things. Oh, hold on. Almost... I rolled a D100. Wrong number. So 16 plus... Oh, 16 plus 12. 28 plus Hexblade Curse adds 2 damage for a total of 30 points of damage.
It's a crit.
So 2d10s?
Yeah, 2d10, 2d6 because Hexblade Curse does 1d6. And then, or because of Hex, the spell,
Right.
and Hexblade Curse allows me to add my proficiency bonus to the damage for 2.
Okay. Well, how does that guy get totally obliterated?
I picture as he's running, once again, I try to reach the chain. It didn't work last time, but this time it reaches out and it flails out, breaking out into different lengths as like a chain wraps around the neck, the wrist, the legs, and like drags him. And the idea is like it starts basically burning him on his way back towards me.
So he kind of just stops and it kind of...
Feels himself just almost a drag to hell kind of energy.
Love it.
Very gruesome.
Also, I gained 6 hit points because I died from Hexblade Curse.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm at full health now.
Good job. This, to me, was a successful combat. I tried to do a bit more, but I have to do some more thinking and digging.
No, that was
But good job.
level 4. Let's go.
We're not
Hey,
quite there.
all combat's hard when you can't hit.
If it's not
Oh,
level,
this
if we're
is
not
true.
level 4 yet, I'll go find some random creatures to farm for some
You're
XP.
right.
Kill some bugs.
I got a pocket for another one.
Oh, no, this is one. This is the one.
I
Yes.
love it.
Spinning my whip around.
Yeah, I think there's like a little bit of a horsey celebration dance, but then like Mishmash just kind of like turns back into a little boy, and he's like, "Oh, Sir Audric, I'm sorry." Here, and then is like trying to like help you like get off of his shoulders. He's like, "I'm not as strong. One sec."
Oh yeah. It's
We
like
gotta talk
a
about,
boy trying to
Put his dad on his
kinda
back.
carry a
Put his dad on
full-grown
his shoulders.
adult, like, on
Yeah.
the shoulders. Yeah.
Like Audric's a big
Mish.
dude. Like there's just Mish kind of like just sinks under the ground.
You gotta walk me through this, mate. Why'd you run up here?
Listen. Look. Right, pigeons. back in my hometown of Greenfast, but then also in Reddist as well. Before my parents died from that orc attack, I used to go out pigeon hunting, and there was a place where the hawks would wait for the pigeons, right? And it was just slightly up. And then I started saying, where the hawks get the pigeons, that's where I should hide too. So I hid a little bit up. These guys, even though we got that one, there's another one that sprinted back to camp, right? They know that we're here already. So we can wait for the pigeons to come back to the perch, and then we're the hawks.
You had to do that right in the middle of the fight, yeah?
Well, if there's two of them, you know, right? We gotta go. Where's that guy going again?
All right. Well.
Just see like Ravolo like sprinting into the forest. Like...
Yeah. Once again, Ravulo went and did that, but never really stopped running.
Well, he'll be back, I think.
Because I gotta pop out. Appreciate it.
Fair enough. Have a good one.
To see you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Balloons.
Anyway, I just think it's a thing we could try, and if not, then we just, I don't know. I feel pretty good.
I think we got him on the run, mate. Maybe we push the advantage a little bit, yeah?
It's like 200 people, right? You will push 200? Without a nap?
I definitely need a nap.
Without a nap. I love it.
Yeah.
It was our goal to come here and secure a spot to rest, though. It seems
I'm
we
like
have.
reaching down to grab you and pull you up, like.
Seems we have favorable advantage here in this area. Take the high ground, and as you said, if they were to search back here, we could certainly assert quite a bit of influence.
I'll bet we could even. Uncle Felix, can you make fires?
Yes. I'll do prestidigitation immediately and create fire in my hand.
Yes! We can make it look like we're even camping down there where their team was. Oh no, there's some baddies. Oh, I gave someone a brain injury. Hold on a second. We got a guy to interrogate, Brummage. And then I'm just going to scramble over your back as you're climbing back up. It's like, I'll go drag him over. 1 sec. And like...
Brummage, like an old man taking a hard candy out of his pocket. Audric takes out a muffin and just kind of hands it to you.
Oh, you've been so kind, sir. You've been so kind.
It's all I'm good. It's all I'm good for, mate. Apparently, I can't fight properly, so there you go.
Is that a good berry? Is that what that is?
It'll be 4 hit points. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Just need 2, so I'll take them. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. What about you? What about you, Felix? You feeling okay? You need a muffin?
I'm all good.
You want one anyway?
They're good.
Wouldn't hurt.
There you go. I give him one.
So you're not hungry? You recover from the hit points, the 2 hit points that you lost? And
yep.
It's a delicious treat.
Can I have brought back the guy that I hit in the head with my hoof?
I feel like you wouldn't have the strength for it, but you would definitely be pulling on the body.
Yeah, for sure. It might take me a minute to get there, but since we're taking a long rest, I'll just kind of like throw my back into it.
I mean, I'll help. Just let the little kid drag him on.
Just
everybody.
I'm
just
like
looking.
60 feet away. You can see from up there. He's just really trying, but he's like, okay.
Let's bring this guy. We just left one guy unconscious, right? Is that what ended up happening?
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of the mercy of one of you.
I'll just bring him up near where we're gonna camp.
There are some bodies if we wanted to loot those too, which I think like Mishmash might not be opposed to that too. Just like checking pockets, just waste not.
All right.
I'm gonna tie up the unconscious man.
Let's call him unconscious man.
Pill would certainly help Mishmash search through the bodies.
Definitely. You see him
Self-guidance.
as you're about to start. He's already like walking away from one of the bodies, and yeah,
Oh, wait, Pill, did you find something already?
he pretends he doesn't hear. He's just walking.
Rummage! Pill's already found something on one of these guys.
Well, you know, he it's one of his skills. He fetches for me.
And
That's right.
If it's anything worthwhile, I'll let you know, Mishmash.
Okay, wait 1 second here, and then I'm just gonna grab a shoe and yank it off, and then I'm just like, I found a boot. So I'll take that one.
Perfect.
Appears he has an onion on his belt.
An onion?
Yeah, just because why not? You know, you never
I'll
know
take
when
the
you might- Okay.
Yeah, we take the onion.
All right. Other than that, you could find a couple of rations, their weapons, and I would assume a bit of gold as well. Would I'll ask Sean to roll me a D8, please.
All right.
Okay.
The-
So, pardon?
Un, deux, trois.
Yeah. On two of the bodies, you do find about 11 gold piece worth of either ill-gotten goods or cash money. Coin. That's about it.
Let's assume that Mishmash gets half of that and Pill gets the other half.
Bill might have gotten some trinkets, some, maybe a ring worth 1 or 2 gold. And the bodies, the rest also have, like I said, there's another body that got more stuff on it. So, however, like you said, you want to split that up, it's fine. I assume it's kind of party loot to some extent. So.
Could the ill-gotten goods just be like two, basically like just 2 boots that are just really nice quality? Like these are like very clearly like, Versace gnomes have created these and they're very nice, and Mish would like to walk around in big fancy boots.
You could definitely have those boots. They won't count towards the 11 gold. They'll just be, these guys were hired for a job and they had better equipment than others for that job.
Awesome. I'll take like a sword and then I'll give my 5 gold immediately to my uncle. I'm like, here you go, Felix. You can use this for making bubbles.
Well, thanks, Mish.
Yeah, I don't need anything at all except for these excellent boots now.
Just 5 gold pieces. Yeah.
And I found a dagger, and then I pull that out, and a knife, and I pull out another knife. Just like, I throw one at a tree.
Perfect.
What you were saying, Brummage?
I was trying to figure out. I thought we were going to split the loot up. But if you want to RP that, that's fine. And then the other 6 would go to Pill. But when Pill gives me the 6, Brummage would certainly share that amongst the crowd.
Okay. Pill will reluctantly let you know what he's found, sheepishly trying to hide a bit of it as you maybe nudge him to, do the right thing and be honest, as he shows you the rest of what he's got.
Well, you keep one of these gold for you for being so brave. And so he'll give Pill 1 of the gold, he'll keep 2 and then give. No, that'll leave 4 left. No, it's 5 left, right?
Yeah, it's 5 left.
Yeah, and there's 5 of us, so he'll give everybody 1.
Okay. Bill is going to be super happy with his gold coin. He's also going to keep the spear and maybe try to grab the shield.
Yeah, definitely. I'll try and armor him up the best I can.
Alright. So he will definitely try to grab those. He's not super comfortable with them yet, but he has some equipment. Anybody else wanted to grab either a scimitar or anything worth of notice? These guys definitely look like they belong to that other group that you're chasing.
I added a dagger and a pocket knife, if that's cool with you.
100%.
No, Felix is all good. He's got his 5 gold.
Felix,
I have 1 gold piece. This is
You-
insane.
have the highest int, right?
Huh?
You have the highest intelligence.
I like to think that. Yes.
And as Felix,
I mean, I'm almost at cap, so
Right,
I'm 18.
something clicks in your mind, and you're thinking going in an army camp, an enemy army camp, seeing all these bodies around you. There's something that might be done to your advantage to some extent.
Okay.
You're thinking you could probably make use of this situation in some way.
Yeah. Hey, Audric. Do you think that those pants would fit you? And I point at one of the corpses.
No, mate, come on.
There's definitely one of them that has the exact same body type.
With the carb
The
heavy
pants might be a little
diet?
tight, but
Is that-
everything else is.
Yeah. I guess it's as good as idea as any. Can't just waltz into a war camp dressed like the enemy.
Yeah. You think my beard's okay?
I look around. Do any of them have beards?
No. Yes. Like stubble. I don't know. Sure.
Seems like what I've seen. Seems like a pretty collection of characters in this so-called army. Should be all right.
Very, very accepting. Okay.
It's like that
Wow.
episode where like you meet your doppelganger, but you just eliminate all of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take off I'm gonna go ahead and like start undressing.
Well, there was one that was wearing robes.
So I'll just go pick out that robe and I'll just go sling it around me.
I don't think Brummage is going to fit into any of the disguises, but he looks at Pill, and he figures if nothing else works out, he's going to go ahead and take Pill's armor and try and put it over his armor to disguise him and keep Pill out of the.
I love that.
Gonna do double armor?
Yeah.
Well, it's more
Stacks.
disguise armor. I don't really know how much
Yeah.
protection the actual Pill's armor is giving him. Maybe 1-2 hit points at best. So,
Yeah, I agree. It should stack. We should.
Yep.
well, I'm not calling that. I'm going for a charisma roll here. I'm deception, and that's what I'm going for, not defense.
Like if I got 2 plate mail, I can't move, but you can't hit me.
Right. Taras got that down me.
I'm gonna grab kind of a set of clothes, I guess, from 2 of the guys. I'm gonna grab 1 set for myself and 1 for
This is
Rev
what
if we
we'll
run
just
into him
grab
again.
one at a good deal and you're out.
Yeah.
Hey, Pill, do you think I could come Tommy, I think I'm too small to wear any of these clothes, but what if I were to get on your shoulders and then we're basically like full person?
Oh, the triple goblin.
You're asking.
We're
Bill
only
to-
two. We need one more, and then like, oi, Brummage, if you want to,
Brummage, strong.
you could
Roman
be.
considers it, and he's like, "Perhaps that is the way to go."
You
And he
don't
thinks
have to. I could be your bodyguard. He does
Damn,
this.
how are you thinking about this approach?
If you wanna, so you want you after Miss Mom?
I would probably go at the bottom, and then probably Mish, and then probably. Well, no, Mish would have to go at the top.
Boy,
Let's not.
that makes sense.
There are kobolds in this army. It's not
there
like
are
you look
kobolds
out of
in the
place.
army, yeah.
Like,
No, that's fine. If you guys, okay, well, for tonight's sake, I'm gonna say that we're gonna end here because it is 10.
And we can consider it.
But
we can.
yeah,
We'll think
about it.
about it.
Think about it.
I think it's a great idea, and of course I allow it. But